So new video today to talk to you about our new GTT front bumper. So you may have seen pictures of this floating around on social media. We've had these on a couple of vans. We took this van to Ultimate Dubs with it on and everybody was wowed by the front end, but we've not really spoken about it much because we've been waiting for today to come for us to actually have stock to sell. So what can we tell you about it? Well, it looks epic. It's a complete bumper with all the grills and it's called the GTT bumper. So when you look back at the T5, the T5.1, the T6, there's always been additional styling and there's been several options. The Sportline was probably the most popular. ABT did one, various other people did styling. Now when the T6.1 came out, it was like everybody was making styling and it made them look really good. When the T6.1 came out, there were so many haters hated the front and now it's the most loved out of the transporters, I believe, and people are already facelifting T5, T6 to T6.1. It's kind of become the look, but there was so many sport options. Various people have brought them out. Leighton Vans have got a stunning one, the LVR. They do some other ones. Other ABT did one again. Various other people did one. So there's quite a few different options for the T6.1, and I didn't really think there was space for another one until I saw this. And when the factory sent it to me, I thought, yeah, we've got to have a go at that. Had the first sample one through, fitted it on this van, I think, and we were just blown away by how good it looked. The beauty with these things is they're open to your own adaptation and how you want your vehicle to look. Let me just break it down to explain what you get. So you get this full bumper, you get these grille inserts, and this lower splitter. You also get all the fittings and brackets to bolt them to your T6.1. Now after this, I'll hand you over to Mitch. He'll show you those bits and show you how simple it is to fit these. These are finished in a plastic primer and these trims here are finished in gloss black. But it's going to be open to different people's interpretations on how they want them to look. So what we did with this one is we actually flipped it. So this has been painted gloss. This bit here we have painted gloss, and these trims that came gloss, we've painted them textured. We painted the splitter textured to match the OEM textured grille. Now if I take you over to this one, with this one we went gloss. So this has one of our T6.1 gloss grills in it. We had this colour coded to the vehicle. We had the back piece painted gloss, and we kept these original grille trims gloss as well. Now taking you to this van in the center here, so this van is a black van. So with this one we just went all one solid color. So this is the black of the vehicle, this is also black. The inserts are the same black, they're not gloss black like these, are the same, the paint, and then the trims are added. But what we've seen on a few people that have done it, and a few of the conversion companies that had some of the early sample ones, some of them have gone solid colour. They've not bothered painting these. We've seen these bits painted colour. We've seen this trim. There was an Ascot Grey van, and earlier we'll show you some pictures that had one of those trims painted Ascot Grey. So it's open to your interpretation. You don't have to make it look like this or solid. You can make it look exactly how you want to suit your style. Add a bit of colour, add some different trims, add some details here to match some other details on your van. And I'm really excited to see how different people are going to interpret this look on their vehicle. So to confirm, you get the full bumper, you get the inserts, the lower inserts, you don't get the grille, that's an addition. You don't get a number plate obviously. You can see from here how we've mounted the number plate on this one here. Over on this van, we've gone for a narrower number plate. And we've had it made to sit in that section there. Now over on this van, because this van goes for a lot of shows, it currently doesn't have a number plate because it's magnetically mounted, so we can take it off at shows, but it just shows you the depth of this piece here. One thing to bear in mind is with these, anybody that's got T6 with a front assist on it will know that it can be a little bit oversensitive. Now when you lower them, regardless of what you lower them on or what kit you use, that becomes more apparent. So Mitch will show you how you can turn that off if you want to, or turn it down if your vehicle's really low. It's only really a concern if you know, like these things are. But Mitchell, in a minute, I'll hand you over to him. He'll show you the mountings, he'll show you how you fix all the brackets, and he'll show you how in the stereo you can reduce that sensitivity of those front sensors. As it stands at the minute, they are only available for T6.1s that have 4 parking sensors. If you had the additional park assist feature, you'll have a 6th sensor. The factory haven't made that yet. They're telling me they are going to make it, but as it stands at the minute, it's only available for the 4-hole version. So I'll hand you over to Mitch now. He's going to show you the back of these, how you mount the additional brackets and the fog lights and put them on your vehicle.
So I've grabbed out a GTT bumper, I've just unboxed it, we'll take it out of the packaging. So this is as they come as a raw plastic finish. You'll notice that obviously there's no paint here, there's no paint here. So depending on how you spec your vehicle or you want to do your bumper, you will need to have it masked off and painted in relevant areas. So what we're gonna do is we'll flip over the bumper, show you the back half of it and where things mount on it, because it is a little bit different from your factory bumper. So I've got the bumper turned around now. I've unpackaged some of the items. So we'll talk through what's included and where it goes. So what we'll do is we'll start with this panel here. So this is one of the front grills. It goes on this upper section here. You'll notice that you've got slots for parking sensors here. So if you don't have parking sensors on your van, then you'll just need to fit in one of the supplied blanks that comes in this packet here. All it is just a case of clips in. If you do have parking sensors, these two here you won't be using from the original bumper, but you'll be using the supplied parking sensors we've got here in the green packet. So what I'll do, I'll get those out and show you what's different. So you'll notice here that we've got a 90-degree shaped parking sensor. So normally they are just a full straight connector. This is a 90-degree. This is due to the clearances required to give you this look. So your sensor is going to clip in place like so. And then you've also got a rubber ring, which you can use as a reducer for in here. So nice easy thing, they clip in and then you will then screw on your panel with the little silver screws that are included in the kit here just here. We'll show you a case of with the lowered vans, and if you're running really low like we do, sometimes with this bumper we're finding that the parking sensors automatically are being picked up of certain obstacles on the road. I know this is an issue with a lot of VWs, but you may need to turn off the front parking sensors without having to select reverse. You know how they automatically come on in some cases. We'll show you how to do this shortly. Okay, so we supply you with a fitting kit in a little sealy bag here. It includes your 2 parking sensors of about 10 plastic rivets, and you get 2 metal rivets, and then you also get some spy clips. So what we'll do is I'll show you where the spy clip goes first. That's going to go on your bumper just in here. Okay, so we'll just wiggle it home like that. So that is where that panel goes there. The next item we've got is a little 3D printed trapezoid shape. So the idea behind this is going to be one of your fog light mounts. So you've got a large under tray included in your kit. You'll notice that you've got a slot here. So what you do is you will drop that into there, and then you want to get like a rubber mallet and just tap it home, and then that will become the fog light mount. So following on with this under tray while I've got it in my hand, you'll notice that you've got a lip here all the way around, and all the holes of the bumper line up. So you drop the panel in situ like so, and then use your supplied plastic rivets. You can nut and bolt it if you want, but we found that these plastic rivets are fine, and I would secure it from the bottom. So what I'll do, I'll just come over here slightly. So that's one of those panels now secure. So I'll just lift this up so you can see it. Show under the panel there. So I've got my fog light mount here. This is the hook guide. So what we'll do is we've got this area here with a locating stud, and this is going to go through this hole here. So you just want to press this in place. It is a little bit tight, so just give it a wiggle and it will seat, just like so. And then you will use your plastic, so your metal rivet inside the hole here, and then use a rivet gun to secure that to the bumper. So that is the three mounting points, so 1, 2 and 3 for the original fog light if you've got them. So yeah, nice simple thing to install, and then we'll go ahead and show you the next things we've got. So in one of your bags, you will notice that you've got these rectangular parking sensor guides and a few blanks. So I've got my rectangle here. This one is labeled QL3. So QL3 will be the left-hand side, and it is within the grille section on this side. You'll notice that if you look here, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it is etched in here with QL3. So we know that this part has to go here. So you'll need to mention to the body shop to have this panel plastic welded in, or if you don't have parking sensors, you will need to have that hole filled. Otherwise you'll have an exposed hole. you'll see that with these, you've got QL3 left hand side, and then there'll be a QR3 right hand side. So make sure you get those in the right location because they are angled. They do point the sensor in a relevant location. Right, next things we've got here, we've got all of our screws. So these screws are used for securing the grille sections, the middle sections, your outer sides, and also the splitter into the bottom of the bumper, which I'll show you as well. So what I'll do, I'll grab the other side of this so I can show you on the passenger side. So I've grabbed a passenger side panel. So the way that this secures is you bring it from the front after you've had your vehicle painted, your bumper painted, sorry, and just start lining it. You'll see that there's a few little clips and hooks like that one just there. It's just a case of lining it up. And then the same again on that one there. So that is now in line. So then you'd go ahead, you get your screws and just work your way around with the silver screws to secure that panel. So another part of the fog light area is this surround. This is something that just needs to be double-sided taped on, and it will go in here. Now what I'll do, I'll just show you the two grills here and the splitter on how they mount as well. So I've grabbed my splitter, I've just changed the orientation of the bumper just to make it easy to show you. To fix your splitter on, you just need to line up the relevant profiles of the bumper like so. As you can see, we've got a hole in the splitter. It will just be a case of grabbing one of your screws, ideally the bigger ones, and pop the screw straight through the bumper, and that will secure that. Next, you want to do the other side, same again. And then once you've got those two sides mounted and secure like so, you can just squeeze the splitter together to the remainder of the bumper. And once you've done that, then I'll be using one of the silver screws, and there is a slot through the splitter just like that. So that will be a splitter secure. It would be good to do these fits before painting, just at least get all your holes in the right place. Even if you don't tighten it up, you just get the holes roughly in the right place. It will just make installation easier once you've got a painted bumper, save you scratching anything. Next, I'll just clip these on, just show you how they sit. So the parking sensor, front grille. So that's just gonna slot in like so, and just give it a little bit of a press. You'll notice that it's profiled nicely all through these upright sections of the bumper. And then once you've got it all lined up nicely, you'll pop your silver screws in from the back. Same again with this one. I'll just grab that out, show you how that looks. So with the radius, or this contour line here facing upwards, just drops on in place. And then same again, you'll just screw it from the back. So as you can see, all the bolt-on items come in gloss black. So just means that you want to paint your bumper however you want it. Hope these have been helpful on showing you any of the common questions you may get with installing this bumper. So you obviously don't use the reinforcement panel that the original bumper uses. So that's why we've got our under tray panel that goes in this area here. So that will adapt to fit your arch liner. What we'll do now, take a walk over to one of the vans running the bumpers, and we'll just show you about turning the front parking sensors off if you find that you need to do so. So I've just come over to a T6.1 that has the sensors come on occasionally while driving or when driving low speeds. So just to show you how to turn them off. So you go into your car menu. See that we've got a different radio here, so you just have to bear with us on that one. But so you'd obviously have a button around here where you'd select car. So what I'm gonna have to do is go to parking and maneuvering, and then you'll notice the top one says activate automatically. If you untick that, this will stop your front parking sensors beeping at you randomly. And it's just as simple as that. Some vehicles do have a sensitivity option if you have a Discover Media unit potentially. So you could play with the sensitivity first, but we find if you turn off activate automatically, this will solve the parking sensor
fault.
Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have a T6.1 and you're looking to upgrade your styling and the GTT bumper is for you, as I said, the link below is to access that on our website. If you're thinking of facelifting your Transporter, it's not something we really get involved in, but we know these mount to a Transporter, so it may be an addition that you want to do. If you're looking for that newer look on your T5, T5.1, T6, this bumper could also be for you. If you've got any of your friends that has a T6.1 that's thinking of upgrading their front end, share this video with them. If you're going through a conversion and you want your conversion company to make your new conversion that little bit more sporty or that little bit special, send them this video. I'm sure they'd be happy to fit one of these for you. Please do hit that like button, it means a lot. And as always, thanks for watching.